It's like jail. You know, there's no pussy, so you start pounding ass.
This guy doesn't even know what a pussy looks like.
You think he jerked off?
He probably thought women had like dicks and nuts and shit.
Nah, he knew of the vag.
How?
That's not. Vages are not in the Bible.
Check out our Patreon, everybody. Patreon.com/Ellis, mate. A lot of cool shows. My balls is totally new and improving. Knocked out, we never go. I got the heart and desire. My balls are on fire. Burning up the sun to the top. Welcome to the show. It's an hour like your mother's on. Yes, lady. He's really fucking nice. All hail the king of the West. What is hibiscus?
It's a flower, right?
Oh. I thought we were gonna. Yeah. Thanks,
Is it?
Thanks, Kevin. I think there's a picture of a flower on the can,
I think what you do
This
is
feels like a clue.
right? I feel like when he said that, and then I saw the flower, I was like, "Son of a bitch." That's all it is.
But the
So
flower does have like a penis thing sticking out of it, so maybe you just
It looks like a poppy, like where you get heroin from.
Yeah.
My
you just boil
old
'em.
lady had a neighbor old lady had a house where all her front yard was those, and we would take them and then slash them. You slash the dick bit, you pull the dick bit out before the flower blossoms,
The proboscis.
and you slash the sides of it with a razor blade, and this white stuff comes out, and you run a cigarette along the white stuff. And then when the cigarette dries out, you smoke it and you get high as fuck.
it's like nature's dippy.
What's a dippy?
Dippy, if I'm recalling properly back to my scumbag days, is when you take a cigarette and you dunk it in embalming fluid
Whoa!
and then you let it dry and smoke it.
People do that?
I have
You
heard
haven't
of this.
done that.
Whoa!
I
took a-
smoked embalming fluid?
I took one drag off of it.
So what? Take half a drag, you fucking crazy bastard. Embalming who the fuck? Who's hanging? Who do you know somebody at the coroner?
This was in Philly,
Coroner, what the fuck?
which is where I got up to most of my scumbag shit. Let me just fact check myself and check Urban Dictionary on what a dippy actually is.
You think that's going to be in there?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
You think kids who do embalming fluid
I
also
have
use the
heard-
internet?
I have heard this before, but I thought it was like in a movie, and I thought like only Goodfellas did it or something.
Yeah, I feel like it would actually be easier for me to get my hands on heroin than embalming fluid.
Oh, for sure. Unless you're like the singer of Korn or something. He was a body chopper, right?
Oh yeah, he worked in
the morgue.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was like a mortician's assistant.
That's where he got the energy to be all angry at like
Yes.
his childhood and
That
shit.
morgue is where new metal was born.
That's where he came up with that.
There I was, 3 a.m. in the
Yeah,
morgue with
yeah.
my bagpipes.
Wait a minute. I think I've got something.
So yeah, I just Googled smoking a dippy, and an article showed up that says embalming fluid smoking. What
Yeah.
you need to know.
Okay,
Yeah, what
so
do we need to know?
now that it's a fact, who fucking had embalming fluid that you know as a kid?
So when I used to hang out in Philly a lot, there was a large group of friends, and they had like a couple ancillary friends that would just pop in and out sometimes.
Ancillary is a really cool word. Well done.
And they were all varying degrees of scumbag.
You went to Bing Bong school.
This was
Ancillary.
a group of people that I met through Bing Bong School.
And did they use
And-
that word?
Probably not.
You've never used that word before.
Were you the valedictorian at Bing Boing School?
Who are you?
I was the king of the Bing Boings. I was King Bing Boing.
Right. With words like that, it makes sense.
But yeah, like every now and then somebody new would come in the crew, And
I mean,
they
one
would
of
have
them was
some.
taking horse shits. And you were saying that word, so yeah, obviously you were the king.
Yes, somebody always had some new fucking weird, crazy thing. Like my one buddy got me. He was like, "Hey, do you want to smoke some of this cocaine?" And later learned that we were smoking crack.
Yeah. Wait,
That
was it a nug?
Yeah, it was like a little boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crack.
Coke doesn't come like
Nah,
that.
they don't.
Nope.
That's freebasing or it's crack. I never got the difference.
There's
'Cause I used to
an
make-
ingredient.
Yeah.
Something you add
And
makes
it's
it
worse.
crack, but without it, you're just freebasing.
Right.
I think what it is crack.
More of a freebaser, Michael.
I was always more of a freebaser myself. I said
Hell
no.
yeah.
I said no to crack,
Right.
but I said hell
not
yes to
Yeah,
freebasing.
me too, yeah.
There was one time me and my buddies went to go buy weed, and we went.
They only had crack.
We were
get it.
trying to go to the bad neighborhood, but instead
Yeah.
we went to the worst neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like, we gave him $10 and he gave us crack, and we
Yeah.
actually I got a refund on crack.
What?
Yeah, I was like,
You
I
didn't
don't-
smoke it?
I was like, I don't want crack, dude. And he's
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
I was like, I want weed. He's like, we don't sell weed. I was like, well,
Yeah.
let's exchange back then.
Oh, wow.
and he did it.
Wow.
He did it.
That
Yeah,
is not how it usually
terrific
goes.
customers.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't often run into ethical crack dealers.
No, that crack was 100% guaranteed. I believe crack is concentrated coke. I think something about baking soda or whatever that they add makes it more potent.
All right, well, I'm going to Google this now.
Whereas freebasing is just smoking coke,
Yeah. Well,
which I definitely don't recommend if my
I
kids
added,
ever watch this.
I added baking soda.
Oh, yeah, then I think you made crack.
All
You
right.
may have invented crack.
Well, I was vigorously trying, so it's good to know.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
an arms race between
It's
you
a
and Rick
penny.
James.
You stir the penny.
Oh, man, you're making crack. You
Oh.
got to be making crack.
Okay, hell yeah.
Because for me, it was just...
That was great.
I don't...
Those are great times.
For me, it was...
Lakers games on crack.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
I'm sure you weren't the only person.
Oh, everybody in the room was doing it.
Kobe, Shaq,
Yeah, he was doing it.
crack.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Showtime, baby.
It really was pretty cool. There was also, I believe, who was it Vladi Divac?
Yeah.
He fucking tapped it back to with like a couple seconds left, and they were going to win the game, and he tapped the rebound back to who's the
Big Shot Rob?
yeah
Robert Horry?
yeah,
Yeah.
and he sunk the three, and I was so cracked out. We were raging so hard when he hit that.
Oh, my goodness.
That was
Big
like one
Shot
of the-
Rob plus crack. It's hard to beat that Saturday
It
night.
really was one hell of a Saturday night.
Yeah.
The crack and the three and Vladi, it just all the.
You're from the Outback, and you're all
I
of a
made
sudden...
it. I think I had a bet. It was like I had to pay someone $2,000, or he had to give me his car for a month. And shout out to Blair Marlin. I won his car for a month, which was cool because I didn't
You want a
have
car on crack?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I stopped doing crack when I got back in the car.
Right. No, I understand.
Yeah, it was the next day.
People only talk about the bad things that happen on crack.
Right?
You
Yeah,
want
I
a
won a
car.
fucking Tahoe, shitheads. I had a fucking Tahoe for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And you say crack is bad? The fuck are you talking about? Not to mention,
Yeah.
the Lakers won. Pretty sure it was because of the crack.
One time I had just a little bit of Coke left. And
Yeah.
to begin with, it had been the dirtiest, most stepped on shit that you'd buy in
good stuff.
aluminum foil.
Yeah, yeah.
Like somebody would open a mail slot of some
Yep.
shitty house somewhere up in Harlem and would just hand that out to us. And I didn't even have enough for like a line left, so I put it in a cigarette.
Yeah, Coca Puff.
For band practice.
Shimmy, shimmy, son.
I never sang like that.
Yeah.
So shout out to
Crack makes you sing better too, kids.
Ask any rock
Just
singer.
saying.
Ask any rock singer.
We'll tell you how to make it. Go to the Patreon show.
Yeah.
And patreon.com/Ellis, mate, and I'll show you exactly how to make it. We'll do crack. Let's do crack.
I was always
Do you want
tempted.
to do crack?
I mean, been there, done that. Sure.
Yeah, yeah, we already did it.
I'm more interested.
Katie, will you do crack?
Sure.
I like you.
I'm way more interested in trying opium.
Eh,
I've tried opium.
That's the final frontier for me.
I've done it. I would actually do that again because I know that doesn't fuck with my heart. I'll smoke some opium with you.
All right, it sounds like a Tuesday morning.
Yeah, really? That's gonna be a funny. Yeah. You definitely don't want to have the kids that day, Michael.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Don't smoke opium and then take the kids to Universal.
I've got a kid here. He fucking broke his arm yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, but he didn't. He called me in an Uber from the skate park. I think I broke my arm. I was like, let me FaceTime. He's like, I can't. I'm in the Uber. I'm asking him questions. Can you move your wrist? And he's like, I got pain up near the elbow. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, FaceTime me when you get out of the Uber. So he FaceTimes me and shows me. I'm like, he's like, my arm hurts up here. And I'm like, ooh. I'm like, can you straighten your arm? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, can you move your wrist and your fingers? Yeah. I'm like, it's not broken. And he's like, could be fractured. I'm like, well, if it's fractured, it's not bad. There's nothing you can do about it. And then this morning I checked on him and he's playing video games, moving his arm. And I'm like, it's going to happen because he's really skating good and getting into bigger stuff. Like
Comes
he's
with the terrain.
Yeah,
right.
dude, if you're ollieing 7 stairs and up every day, you're going to get hurt. But I felt like this morning and last night I could tell because I'm not used to my babies being hurt and it scares me that they're going to be scared. But he's already a bit of a man, and I can tell. Like, if he breaks his arm, he's going to... Because I kind of joked about it for a second. You know, he was like, oh, it kind of hurts up here. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. And he's like, it's not? And I'm like, I don't know. Well, let me see, you know. And I could tell he was not going to go into shock and start crying. It was more of he almost kind of wants it, I think. Like, if he breaks his arm, he'd be like, yeah, I broke my arm. How'd you do it? Oh, jumping to 7 stairs. You know, like, I can tell he's got the man in him already.
Right. You don't want to...
Which just makes it easier for me to know that if it happens, you know, if he calls me and goes, I broke my arm, I'll know that he'll be like, fuck, it hurts.
Yeah, you're not talking to a kid. You're talking to a mini man.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, nobody wants to break their arm, but at a certain point, it is cool to have broken your arm.
Yeah, it's like cauliflower ear if you're a grappler. Kind of want it.
Kind of.
I know, right? Hopefully I can get it. I got to do a lot of grappling in the next, 8 months.
Yeah.
And it's going to be vigorous. It's going to be serious stuff.
Can you wear those headphones? Those are pretty stylish.
I am, yes. You just made me realize that, yeah. I'm an idiot, yeah.
Do
I will.
it.
Joe Rogan wears them. And he doesn't have cauliflower ear. So, yeah. I just never got that into grappling to worry about it. I know the closest I ever got was Mayhem was on my back punching me in the side of the ear, saying he was going to give me cauliflower. And I couldn't get him off me.
Can they treat cauliflower ear? Like, can they slice it open and pull the cauliflower out?
Well,
I know there's not actual vegetables in your ear, but the gunk.
You never seen them put a needle in and drain it?
No.
Oh, so yeah, when you get it and it swells up, you go to the doctor and they put a needle in and they suck it all out, and then you don't use your ear until it heals. The reason everybody you see that has their ears mangled is because they hurt their ear and then kept grappling.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. So it is reversible if you're sane.
Yeah, but you'd have to stop for a really long time. And these guys at that level, they're like, I'm not
it's not an
stopping.
option.
You got to be joking.
Of course not. Yeah. And for them, it's like a badge.
A little bit, yeah.
But
I
it's
heard Brendan
not-
Sharp talking about how because people have suggested because he's famous and, movies and stuff, like, why don't you get your ears? And he was like, I don't really want to give up the work that I put in. I'm like, that's fair. I mean, if your ears are like that, you did put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Could you take me to the ground right now and rub my ears really hard?
Yeah.
And give me cauliflower ear?
Whoa, shut up, Steve-O. Yeah.
Like, if I start
It's
going
more
to
of a-
bars with cauliflower ear, are people going to be like, oh, don't fuck with that guy?
Yes.
Oh,
I
that
would.
be so great. That's so great.
I would.
Don't develop any muscle tone whatsoever. Get even like.
Steve-O tried to do this, right?
Yeah, I know, but
I think
people.
Chuck Liddell did it for him or something.
Yeah, but people recognize Steve-O as Steve-O. That would be 'cause
Oh, yeah.
every guy I've ever seen in the wild who has cauliflower ear. Everything else about them.
Even if they have fat tits like you do, I still know that I would assume that you have a back. Sure, you're out of shape.
Yeah.
But that wrestling background never leaves.
No,
Oh, no, these aren't fat tits. I have cauliflower tits.
That would be so gross. You just have all bubbly fucking lumpy tits under there. Yeah. And they're always uneven.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. If I get cauliflower ear in one ear, then one's like hanging off the side.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
like,
want
now I got to
that.
get both.
No, now you got to get a matching set of.
I want to get my nose straightened after this fight too. I talked to a couple people about that.
See if you can get a group discount on that. I think I got to do it.
I don't think you get group discounts, dude.
My snoring is definitely getting worse, and I have to think having a nose that points a different direction than my face has got something to do with that.
I mean, when you breathe in, if it goes way in one hole and not in the other, that's your deviated septum right there.
I don't really have that. I also
do.
heard somebody that I know got their punching bag in their throat trimmed down.
Uvula?
Yeah. Apparently,
You mean Adam's apple?
No, the bag, the punching bag that hangs in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
I know somebody that got. Apparently, they can do reductions on your
Because they had a long one.
and then it's made them stop snoring.
Oh, wow.
Weird.
Yeah.
That does make sense, though.
I guess.
Mine's
yeah.
a bit swollen from the sickness that I got, so it's kind of
Yeah.
it irritates me.
Tommy John is where you want to be now that summertime has come around. If you are not wearing light, breathable fabric on your balls, brother,
Got sweaty balls.
I don't want to know you, and I don't want to know your sweaty, stinky swamp balls.
That's fair.
Yeah, you are in trouble.
With dozens of comfort innovations, Tommy John will keep you looking and feeling cool all summer long. And it's not just your imagination. It's not just something that they are saying. There is science to support what I'm saying right now. With Tommy John, I'm not making this up, your balls will be on average 7 degrees cooler. Cool as a cucumber.
Wow.
The boys. That's right.
Shop TommyJohn.com/Jason right now for 20% off your first order. Get 20% off right now, everybody, at TommyJohn.com/Jason. That's TommyJohn.com/Jason. See site for details.
We are talking to you once again about Upstart. Jason, I know you have always been financially savvy and sane.
That's me.
That's
what
right.
they call me.
Financially savvy and sane Jason, as he was known in the vert scene.
Yeah, no, yeah.
While some of the rest of us dummies have made some mistakes or had some unfortunate circumstances, you wake up one day and you realize you have a massive amount of credit card debt and a really, really high interest rate, and you make the you ever do this thing, Jason, where you get the minimum payment and you pay that off, and then the next month the bill came and it's like your balance didn't even go down at all?
No, I'm not a dummy, remember?
Oh, that's right. Well, I know that experience all too well, and it can seem like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. That's where Upstart comes in. They've helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom consolidate high-interest debt, and you will know you'll get a clear fixed monthly payment and a clear payoff date. You'll know how much you need to pay, and most importantly, when you are going to be out of the woods. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score, so looking more than rather than just looking at that, they look at factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your application. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 and $50,000.
Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/Ellis. That's upstart.com/Ellis to check your rate today. And don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/Ellis.
Well, it's too
Tried to
late.
make myself throw up yesterday, and I heard it by putting my finger on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like sore for like an hour afterwards.
You have a sore uvula.
Yeah. It's fun.
I mean, you had
Blast.
strep. But when I had strep, my uvula was fucking thrash.
Right, that's what. Yeah, so I'm on the end of it, and I just didn't really think about it. And I was like, I feel sick. I'm gonna make myself throw up. I ate something. I always do that. If I don't like it, I'll get it out. But it started to hurt trying to get it out. And I'm like, oh, that's not cool. And then it hurt for like a couple of hours afterwards. I was like, idiot, you're not fucking healed yet.
I had a sore throat most of yesterday because in the middle of the night I threw up in my own mouth, and it was like so much bile.
Dude, it's.
Oh,
I think I'd rather talk about pre-cum. That's so bad.
Yeah.
God.
did you wake up or did you sleep through barfing in your own mouth?
Oh.
No, how would I have known otherwise? No, I woke up because I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
And then I just rolled over and carried on with my night, but the memory remained.
Yeah, no, it's a good song.
Yeah. Well, it's too late for all of us to ensure our long-term health, but it's not too late for the young. We've been talking about poop, feces, transplants on the show for some time now, right? If you have an unhealthy gut biome, you can... It's not as simple as eating somebody else's poop, but it's not entirely wrong either. They can put it in capsules so you don't taste other people's poop.
They can also dildo it up your ass.
They can also do that, right? They can
If
put it
you
directly
burp,
in
you're
the
gonna
source.
taste it.
Yeah, like fish oil
Yep.
pills.
But,
Yeah.
But poo burps.
Somebody else's poo burps, which somehow seems worse.
Yeah. No.
Whatever
What do you
you
mean
need-
somehow?
Whatever you need to pay me to eat my own poop, you can put another zero on the end
Yeah.
for it to be somebody else's. But, and like we've talked about these so many times over the years, it's like a joke how many ailments feces transplants might be the answer for. Now they say young people should start storing their own poop
Yeah.
so that they can give their future selves poop transplants from the past.
Nice.
Which,
It's like poop looper.
yes, that's right. Exactly. When you are Bruce Willis, get your Joseph Jonathan Gordon leave it poop.
I didn't like that guy.
He did look like Bruce Willis with the
Yeah.
fake nose, though.
Yeah. I don't like him in Batman.
Yeah, it was
fair
weird
enough.
how they just introduced Robin and
I'm
then
like, what are you, Batman now?
pretended it didn't
Fuck
happen.
out of here.
Yeah,
I'm not watching that.
right. So
Did Bane actually die?
Yes.
Right.
what happened to Bane?
He popped his mask off, and then he beat him up. But
I think what's her face? I think Catwoman shot him with the the motorcycle rocket gun,
that'll do it.
and then I think she died. He died in that lady's arms.
Oh yeah. Right. All right. That's a bummer because he was good.
Yeah.
I liked him.
Bane was probably the single greatest villain in any comic book movie yet. Can we agree?
I could the fucking Mr. Peanut voice just killed it for me.
Oh.
I've seen Dark Knight Rises like 5 or 6 times, and every time I watch it, I'm like, maybe I'll like it this time. And it just never happens for me. I can't take a bad guy seriously. He's like, oh, I'm going to punch you in your nuts, Batman.
I
Stop
thought it was
talking
cool.
like that.
But you didn't have any problem with the Batman voice.
That was kind of silly too. But at least they tried to explain that away. He's trying to like disguise himself. Nobody will know it's me.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Everybody would know it's Bruce.
I'm not Jason Ellis. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
No, this isn't Jason Ellis's chin.
I swear to God, I'm not me. I mean, I'm not him.
Like, if he wanted to secretly fight crime in Gotham, was it not an option for him to live outside of town?
Yeah. Yeah, like just a few hours. Well, it's hard to get in there to save somebody's
no,
life.
like a half hour away. Keep a little apartment. Well, keep your Bat Cave in Gotham, but maybe keep your elegant mansion where you have as high profile a life as any Gotham resident has. Maybe do that in the suburbs.
I thought the Batcave was like kind of far away, underground.
Isn't the Bat Cave directly underneath Bruce Manor, Wayne Manor?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got an elevator down there.
He seems like he's out of the city though. That house is not. It's like a lot of greenery and stuff. He's got
Yeah,
a big yard.
If
Acres.
like
Bruce has a yard.
He had acres around that house.
yeah, it's a big estate.
Yeah.
In the middle of it's clearly in the middle of a city, isn't
No.
it?
It's like
It's
it's
out of
like
the
if
city.
Hoboken wasn't built up.
Oh, I see.
He's like he's like right there. He can see the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's
he's got
not in the city.
he's got a nice big property.
Yeah.
Why must no one ever know that he's Batman?
I don't know how anyone didn't accidentally drive into the cave. I mean, after watching people get their motorcycle license the other day, I feel like 80% of them would have gone through the rain wall no problem, accidentally. Because doesn't his Batmobile drive off down a windy road and go through
Yeah.
a little like a turn with it you don't know, and next thing you know you're in the cave?
Yeah, what's on the GPS in Gotham?
Yeah.
Do they just have like a blank spot that no one's supposed to talk about?
Yeah.
Well, I think he uses like his rocket boost to hit a little ramp, and then he goes over almost like a moat, and then passes through the waterfall.
You just think somebody would walking the dog and be like, wait a minute, is that a jump into a cave? Like, what's in there? And then it's like multi-million-dollar fucking, like, how did the kids not find that?
Right. And then obviously like the contractors,
They built it.
Alfred did not.
Yeah, good
construct
point. He
that
didn't,
place.
right. Yeah, good point.
And the equipment, like, I'm assuming Best Buy backed up a truck a couple times.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, how else did he do that? Yeah. Yeah, when they get the choppers delivered and all that stuff.
Right.
They're not built in-house.
No. What is the delivery address for the helipad?
Yeah, who delivered the helicopter?
Well, he gets those from his homie,
Who's that?
Because he owns
Lucius Fox. So he just siphons shit off of Wayne Enterprises.
yeah.
Is that Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the guy that has it all hidden.
But still, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like Morgan Freeman Batman and Alfred with a couple of fucking screwdrivers installing all that shit.
Yeah, no, there's still contractors involved with this.
They
for
probably just
sure.
murdered them.
I mean,
Oh my God, you're right. That's what they do with the Mexican cartels.
Yeah.
Right, you get the best craftsmen and tradesmen in the business to build out the Batcave, and then you bury them there.
You don't want to have any maintenance issues. You killed everybody that built it.
Oh, I guess you'll have to enslave some of them and keep them in
yeah.
cages
Right.
for when turning the
Maybe
Bat-
that's why he's so angry and dark, because he knows he's such a bad person.
Because you can turn the Batcave off and turn it back on, but if that doesn't work, you're going to need like an IT guy.
Yeah.
Need a
Right.
bat slave.
Oh, no.
Oh no,
IT bat slave.
Bane doesn't seem so bad by comparison.
Right?
Yeah, at least
Yeah,
Bane's,
Bane builds it himself.
at least Bane owns what he is.
Yeah.
Didn't take a bunch of pats on the
He
back.
doesn't
and
hide that he's a murderer at all.
No, doesn't accept
Kind
a
of-
bunch of plaques from the mayor of Gotham.
Right. Yeah, from fucking murdering IT guys. Nice one, Batman.
Yep.
You think he's got a little dick?
Probably not. Some guys have all the luck.
Uh,
Gets to be rich, gets to be handsome, gets to be Batman. Probably got a fat hog. I mean, they showed his dick in the comic.
they did.
What?
That's
Yeah.
right. Recently.
How is it?
It was pretty fat.
Right.
It
Yeah,
looked,
but
it looked
that's-
like they drew it mid-swing, too. It was like
Nice.
curved a little bit.
He's very repressed.
What do you mean?
Like he's dealing. The whole thing is he's dealing with the grief of his parents without being able to really face it, or there's a lot of secrecy. And he's a very introverted kind of guy. I tend to think that that's like more of a small dick energy kind of thing.
Right. And a lot of his girlfriends are prostitutes. Remember the two hookers
Oh, yeah, that he
swimming
brings.
in the restaurant?
Yep.
In the restaurant waterfall? And they're like, you got to get him out of here. And he was like, you got to get them out of here. And he was like, I own this. No, I don't.
My horse can bathe
My
wherever
ho-
they
yeah,
please.
my horse can swim wherever they want. I'm assuming he boned those, you know? Drove
hope
around
so.
the Lambo,
Yeah.
let him swim in the waterfall. I mean, you don't leave those girls in the waterfall when you go home, right?
No.
They're ready to go. They're
Yeah.
naked in the waterfall at a restaurant. Like, they're definitely going to bone you after this.
That's pretty close to a sure thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel good about it for Batman.
He definitely boned Catwoman in the comics.
Nice. He doesn't fuck her in this, though, huh?
No.
At all. They're not even...
No, I'm trying
Love
to like
interests.
even think back to where like in between scenes they could have fucked.
They romanced at the end of the movie. They were at that cafe table together.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
They probably boned right before that cafe.
Why didn't they show that? I would have watched that. I don't want to fuck her, though. I want to fuck all the other Catwomen.
Which one are you saying you don't want to fuck?
The one with Bane.
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, I don't like her. Sexually, I'm not attracted to her at all.
Yeah. She was a bit of a sexy revelation in Brokeback Mountain. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's topless in Brokeback Mountain, isn't she?
I do not remember.
She's topless in a handful of movies.
She went for it.
She's got nice tits.
She went
Yeah.
for it a little bit more aggressive because I got the same thing off of her. This is sort of like a prim and proper vibe coming off of her. She leaned into it a little bit more enthusiastically than I would have expected in Brokeback Mountain.
Oh. Did you know that we're almost completely water? So water is important to always use. And when I use water, I use Liquid Death. Liquid Death is a cool can, black one's bubbles, white one's flat, and then they have 3 different flavored bubble waters, which are a true delight to my taste buds. And it's got good water in it. If you Google it and check it out, you'll see that Liquid Death use high quality water. It's no baloney. They're way better, and they're not bullshitting you like some other companies that I won't mention. And I use it all day. It's the future of drinking water. Get with it.
Yeah, and when you drink Liquid Death, it's nobody gives you shit for not drinking. Hey, we're at a party, dude. We're trying to get down. Why are you drinking stupid water? Well, my can's got a skull on it and yours doesn't. So arguably my sparkling water is more diesel than your beer.
Probably.
You dummy. Probably. It makes drinking water fun. Get Liquid Death at all the big retailers like Amazon, Target, Albertsons, Safeway, 7-Eleven, or Sprouts, and get free shipping on their crazy limited edition merch and apparel at liquiddeath.com/Ellis. That's liquiddeath.com/Ellis.
Jason Ellis Show talking to you again about Athletic Greens. I am admittedly not planet Earth's most healthy gentleman. I like my tacos. I like my pizza. But I also want to live a long time. I don't like being unhealthy. Athletic Greens makes it pretty easy. You can just get their travel packs or a big pouch of the powder, mix it in with some water, and boom, you got a whole bunch of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, healthy stuff that you're not going to get in tacos and
You
pizza.
wouldn't know it. Tastes real good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy my AG1, and I enjoy knowing one tasty scoop contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, including a multivitamin, multi-mineral, probiotic, green superfood blend, and more in one convenient daily serving. High-quality, bioavailable ingredients, filling in the nutritional gaps in your diet, aiding with gut health and digestion, and supporting a healthy immune system. And did we mention one healthy, delicious drink? No need for pills or multiple products to get what you need. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you an immune-supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/JES. You got that promo code? Simply visit athleticgreens.com/JES to take control of your health and give AG1 a try.
I'll have to watch that again.
She also did this movie where she was like hooking up with like Mexican drug dealers and stuff.
Yeah.
And she gets naked a lot in that and gets boned. And then her friend gets like DP'd in it.
In the movie.
Yeah.
How do they explain that? Because they don't show it, do they?
Well, she's in bed hooking up with this gang member.
Yeah.
And then another guy like just sort of slinks into the bed with them.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to her lying on her side in the middle, and both dudes are just facing her. And they're both just like humping while she like flops around like a dolphin in the middle.
Wow. I've never seen a tasteful DP depicted on film.
It wasn't very tasteful.
But I mean, R-rated anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, just to give off that's what's happening.
I know.
Pretty serious.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
I think
for
it was
her.
called Havoc.
Who's the lesbian that was Catwoman? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Is she a lesbian?
Yeah, right?
Are you thinking of Jodie Foster?
Wait, Michelle Pfeiffer's not a lesbian too?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I can Google it.
It's the first I'm hearing of that.
Oh, sorry. She was hot.
Yeah.
What about Eartha Kitt?
Who's that?
She's the 1960s Adam
Yeah,
West.
fuck no. Oh, no, changed my mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
total. Yeah.
Yeah. She invented George Takei's voice.
Yep.
And then Halle Berry, of course.
Yeah, I would definitely want to bone her.
And I haven't seen the new one.
The new.
Didn't there a Catwoman in the new Batman?
I saw the new Batman. It was fucking boring.
Oh yeah. Zoe Kravitz.
There you go.
Yeah, completely forgot about that movie.
She's Lisa Bonet?
Dykstra.
I believe so.
She's-
Yes, Lenny Dykstra's daughter.
She's
Dykstra's
Lenny
nephew.
Lenny Dykstra's
Yeah.
kid with Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Her birth name is Lenny Jr.
It's Lenny
Lenny.
Dykstra Kravitz.
Yep, that's true.
She chews tobacco.
Yep.
She is on an intense steroid regimen.
Is he dead yet?
No, Lenny Dykstra has never been
Got
better.
to be close.
So I think. Yeah, she. Michelle Pfeiffer's been married twice
To women?
to dudes.
Eh,
She's been married to her current husband since 1993,
sure she has.
and they have 2 children.
Yeah. She doesn't like them.
This is exactly how I would expect a secret lesbian to act.
It's a typical lesbian. Yeah.
2 women got into a fight in I'm going to say this is it's a UK store
Yeah.
in Birmingham, northern UK,
Yeah.
and the
They
scrap
headbutt each other?
the scrap was highlighted in a brief clip that went viral on Twitter when one of the women defecated.
On purpose or
Whoa.
just from
I guess you'd have to ask her. I don't believe she did it on purpose.
just the sheer force of fighting made her poo?
Yeah.
Oh, here's the video.
There's some audio.
I don't know why it's not on.
trying to guess who's the pooper. I'm guessing the girl on the bottom.
The-
Wow, that was.
Let me replay that.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be scary, you guys.
Yeah, they look pissed.
There's some commentating involved with it that because literally the news has just become. The news was the news was always sort of hypocritical, where they would like pretend that they were telling you serious things that adults need to know about. But we all know it was always like somebody got murdered and here's what happened. It was always like a real gossipy element to it. Now the news isn't even.
So somebody's got the mount on her.
Large black lady just pounding that
What did she
lady's
say?
face.
Is that a dookie?
Why does it cut off so quickly?
I think that might be the money shot.
I don't see the dookie.
This is gonna be like the JFK
Who
assassination.
says dookie when they're fighting?
It's the woman who's filming it.
Who says dookie when they're Oh, I guess, yeah. Okay, chick with the skirt. More chance of the shit coming.
There it is.
Oh, there's a.
Oh,
Oh.
Is that
Oh,
a dookie?
oh, and the punching lady's shoe smeared it.
Yeah.
right at the end.
The headline on the Daily Star.
she beat the shit out of her, Michael.
Woman does a poo during violent brawl as shoppers watch
hey,
in
ladies,
horror.
we are giving out free.
Whoa.
Oh man,
We're not giving out any free stuff right now. Relax.
is that a dookie?
Bloody hell, is that a dookie? I love being Indian. I'm English. Yeah.
Man, getting a turd punched out of your ass is intense.
You don't really see her, so is that lady going to be famous for shitting herself in a fight like in England and be like, look, it's the dookie lady? Like, is she going to be known as the dookie?
Yeah, she's gonna be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
You think?
Signing autographs at Comic-Con.
Oh, wait.
I mean, she's blurred out, so I think her identity is safe.
Do you think in England it's blurred out? Like, you don't think there's like a YouTube video, which is so weird. Like, we get flagged for talking about butt fucking or something, and there's a fight on YouTube where somebody poos. That's cool.
That
That's
woman,
okay.
that woman went to a store wearing a short skirt and no underwear, and got in a fight while she was there.
Well, she could have been wearing underwear.
She was not wearing underwear.
The turd could have fallen out. Because I've always wondered, like, if you're a woman and you're wearing a thong and you shit yourself, does the thong just, like, split the turd in half?
Yeah, or it depends if the thong's like directly in your ass crack, like wherever it's leaning. Because I never wear G-strings, but I have like, messed with them, and they do look like they can move side to side pretty quickly. Katie,
No,
okay,
they go up the crack. Like it's
so
up.
it's splitting a shit then.
It's splitting it. Yeah.
Really?
Ugh.
I always felt like if it was dry enough,
Right, I can push it to one side.
or that it might catch it and divert it up to where there's a little bit more fabric.
Oh man, this is a bad conversation.
Well, obviously someone has to test this out. Who's got the most solid logs?
I don't right now. I'm on antibiotics. I shit water.
Yeah, it's kind of like a coin flip day to day for me right now.
Tully?
Yeah, I wish I could help you. Yesterday was my birthday.
Right. Oh yeah.
Not a lot of brand going on in my life in the last 48 hours.
That's all right. Wait, is your birthday the same as Eddie Jackson?
Is his birthday July 12th?
It's his the day after or before
Oh.
yours.
Okay.
A Russian hunter was stalking a bear in Siberia.
Mhm.
A 62-year-old hunter. What's the movie where they just hunting a bear? Or the bear's hunting the people?
Oh,
Alec Baldwin, Al Pacino.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one.
Fuck.
Oh, it's like
Plane
right at the tip
crashes.
of my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the black guy gets done.
It's a very I'm not talking ethically. I'm not saying it's cool, but it's a very manly thing to be stalking a bear in Siberia.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I
it's,
agree.
It's a man's man who's going to be doing this.
Yeah.
The Edge.
Yeah, that's
There
what it
you
was.
go. And this man died in a fairly manly way. He shot a bear from an elevated platform, so that's kind of lame. But while descending from the platform to inspect his kill, the bear found a second wind
Uh-huh.
and clawed at him, crushing the man's skull.
Oh,
Nice.
So the guy, he went off to hunt by himself, wasn't heard from for a couple of weeks, so his loved one sent out a search party. And what they find is the dead hunter with his crushed skull and claw marks and what have you, and like 40 feet away, the dead bear.
Right.
With its dying breath,
Got him.
the bear
Oh.
murdered him.
It was a draw.
Even Stevens.
I feel like that's a win for the bear.
Yep.
I mean, he did outlive the hunter, so.
He did.
Yes. Yes.
Not for long, but
He got to enjoy his twisted, curdled moans.
He didn't eat him.
No, he didn't
Just
get to
slapped
eat
him.
him. No, yeah, it's a large brown bear,
Yeah.
50 yards away from his body. That's an epic diesel way to go. Getting murdered by the bear you just murdered.
Yeah.
It's a very Russian death.
It is.
Yeah. I don't want to live much longer if I'm 62 and I'm in that town.
In Siberia?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's when you start playing a little fast and loose with your survival.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck Siberia. I would like to be euthanized at 14 if I grew up in Siberia.
Right? That's fair. So if he'd have just waited on his perch
had
a
a
little
good run.
longer, he would have been okay.
I would assume so.
Idiot.
Yeah.
What an idiot. That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Is there not a fighter for Ellis Mania that is a character?
Oh,
There
yeah.
is.
Because I would like to see that. Ellis Mania is April 7th and 8th. I'm not sure if there's tickets left, but you could check it. Ticketmaster, Ellis Mania 20 in Las Vegas at the Cannery Hotel. But we are now taking submissions to fight. So if you want to fight and you've never had a fight, you send in your video, how old you are, how much you weigh, how tall you are, and then you shadow box or hit a heavy bag for 3 minutes so that I can assess your skill level and put you in a fight that is suitable so that you don't get hurt and you get to have a real fight. Some people that are Ellis fam and have been a part of the show for a really long time like to kick it into a higher gear and dress up and commit to other characters. So far we have Aaron Charter, as in Aaron Carter, and he has an Instagram and all that stuff, and he sent his video in, and now we need a hard cock Nick, because that's the fight. Obviously, it's probably be pretty hard to book Aaron Carter and Hard Rock Nick to fight each other, so instead, I thought it'd be better if we just had some people that listen to the show be that, and I think it'd be a funnier fight. So we do have an Aaron Charter.
Yep.
So we have Aaron Charter.
Yes. So
This is Aaron Charter, everybody. And then we haven't seen Hard Cock Nick yet, but that's coming up. So I want to see if these guys are compatible to fight and put on a good show and not have one of them get completely dusted in 10 seconds.
Kevin Cumtar Kraft, this be Aaron Charter. I'm shouting out to you, be watching out for my boxing video coming your way soon. Don't you miss it, boy.
and we did get Aaron Charter's video.
Yep.
God, I respect this guy's hustle
Yep. With the kid in the car.
so much.
I know, right? To
While
glue.
while his wife or his girlfriend is
Yeah.
like, can you shut up? Your daddy is trying to make a video. You know, all he does is work for you and do things for you. Can he have 10 seconds so he can pretend to be Aaron Carter so
Yeah.
he can go get his ass kicked in
Yeah.
Las Vegas?
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
we did see a little bit of Aaron Charter's boxing skills.
Yeah, and it was compatible. Wow. Wow, really?
We got like 20 minutes.
I'm not even going to do it. Compatible? Am
Yeah.
I saying it right? Yeah.
Yeah.
To the level of Aaron Charter, so I just want to see what this guy's hard cock Nick looks like.
What's
That-
up, Hardcock Nation? It's Hardcock Nick here. One of the richest guys in the world, one of the hardest cocks in the world. Just waiting on my private chef to cook me up that mortadella sandwich. Good stuff, $4.99 a pound. Gotta get my energies up for Ellis Mania when I take on Aaron Charter in front of 2,000 people live. Hundreds of people watching on pay-per-view. Hope you got your tickets, because with me on the card, this is about to sell out.
Man,
Did
he's-
hard cock Nick go to Canada for a long time? That was a weird accent. But yeah, that's a fight.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a done deal right there.
Yeah, and I
I
believe
hear his chef cooks a mean mortadella sandwich.
and I think we've watched his boxing submission as well
Yeah.
before he kind of created this character.
He's
and,
terrible, just
yep.
like Aaron Charter.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great fight.
That's
So
gonna be a
those
treat.
of you that want to be in Ellis Mania in Las Vegas, send your videos in to submit2ellis@gmail.com. This is the email. Some people get it twisted and say that I'm saying submit. That's the email. The email, I'm going to tell you, when I start saying the email, this is exactly the email. Ready? Okay. Now I'm going to do it. submit2ellis@gmail.com.
So I would type out literally every letter and every word that you just said.
Yep. The submit part is the start.
So I would write submit and then Ellis.
Yep.
And then am I going to write at, or am I going to do the little
You do
A
the little
in a circle?
A thing, yeah.
A in a circle.
Yeah, well, good. Thank you for asking. And then G,
Yeah.
and then mail, and then .com.
MAIL.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll get the email to come to us, and we'll see it, and then we'll book you for a fight. And you will get into Ellis Mania for free as well. Okay, thank you.
All right. Let me tell you the story of a guy who died a long time ago. I think he's been dead for like 100 years.
Ticketmaster.com if you want to get tickets.
An 82-year-old man by the name of Mihailotolotos, an Orthodox Greek monk, said to have lived and died 82 years old without ever having laid eyes on a woman.
How do you do that?
Story goes that his father was unknown and his mother died in childbirth. And you know what they did back in the day? You just like, if there's a baby that nobody's going to take care of, you bring it to the church.
Yeah.
So they dropped the baby at this monastery. And this monastery is just for men. And they were all about, any temptation of the flesh will distract us from our heavenly purpose. It's literally up on a hill. And female visitors were prohibited. And I don't know why this guy was never tempted to wander off campus and see what he was missing. Maybe he didn't know it. I mean, sure, he must have heard that women exist. Even if you read the Bible, there's women in the Bible.
Yeah.
But I guess the life suited him, and they made a pretty big deal locally out of his death when he passed, simply because they said this might well be the only man who has ever lived who never saw a woman.
He probably butt-fucked a lot of dudes, though.
Yeah, I believe that's what they call in the gay community a 100%er.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
100%er is a guy who is so gay. who
All the gays
managed
say
to-
that,
to
yeah.
avoid meeting women.
Maybe.
What did
Seems boring.
What did he think? Like what did he knew that women existed. What do you
Yeah.
think he thought women looked like?
Him, but like a little bit more feminine. He must have saw a photo of one.
No, this is before photos.
Oh. Wow.
So he was he was born around 1856, so he would have died around 1930. They weren't bringing photos up to a monastery in
Yeah.
1930.
What about Mary?
Oh, maybe there would have been. I wonder if there were any statues
Yeah.
or pictures.
Like Mary's in the Bible, right?
Oh yeah, no, he was he had to be aware of the existence of women just by.
So he saw a picture of Mary.
I would
Or
assume
if
so.
that
She's not
monastery,
very sexy, though.
it depends what you're
She
into.
doesn't scream sex to me.
if that monastery was that hardcore, they could have also banned women statues. Because they don't want the monks to beat off to them.
Yeah, there wouldn't be naked women. You're right. They wouldn't have statues of women.
No,
They
there
don't like
wouldn't
them.
be any hot statues.
Yeah.
Just lame ones.
Yeah, just Mary.
I can't even jerk off to this statue. This
It's
sucks.
impossible.
Mary was like all fat and cross-eyed in her statue.
Well, like, let's assume that he was straight. What happens in your brain when you enter puberty and your body starts to desire something that you don't know what it is? Like, there might be some kind
Stop
of.
pounding ass, Michael. That's what he did.
Is
yeah.
it just that simple?
Yeah, it's like jail. You know, there's no pussy, so you start pounding ass.
This guy doesn't even know what a pussy looks like.
You think he jerked off?
He probably thought women had
That's-
like dicks and nuts and shit.
Nah. He knew of the vag.
That's not.
Well,
the
someone
badges
would've
are not in the Bible.
Well, he was born. That had to be a topic.
Yeah, but he probably wasn't paying attention.
He might have thought he was a
Your
butt
mum
baby.
died when you were born. How did she die? giving birth to you.
You wrecked her butt on
How
the
do
way
you do
out.
that? You come out of someone's vagina. You don't think you got the details on how a baby is made?
He had to jerk off.
I don't know, dude. A lot of those people say they don't do that. Sure,
Yeah.
most of them are lying, but somebody didn't.
Some of them really don't, but they still have to. You kind of have to know what it is before you can deny yourself that.
Yeah.
There's never been anybody alive. I was gonna say there's never been anybody alive who didn't jerk off. There's probably women who have gone their entire lives without jerking off.
Yeah. There's dudes that have not jerked off.
You think there's guys who have never once jerked off?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Because some people just don't like it.
Definitely.
You can't say that a girl hasn't and a guy hasn't. There's a guy out there that has no reason for touching it. There's one of everybody out there.
I think the first time I ever nutted, I was like humping my bed. I didn't even know about jacking off really.
He
I was like,
probably
oh, this is kind of pleasant.
he probably jizzed in his sleep for sure.
Well, 100%. Yeah, if you don't masturbate, you will have wet dreams
Yep.
a lot.
I do think that if you practice celibacy for real, and some people do, there's one of everybody out there that your shit just kind of shuts off. I think your organs can even shrink a little. They just kind of get the picture that you're not going to use them. So I think if you really are sincere about you want to be celibate and you're good at, working towards it, I think you can shut off the spigot.
Yep.
But that's not going to happen when you're 16. Far from it.
Yep. He seems boring.
Or he was just the luckiest gay man who ever lived.
He just plowed everybody.
He was like,
For
why would
80 years.
why would I leave?
Yeah.
There's just those disgusting vaginas down there.
Yep.
Are monks allowed to plow each other?
Yes, it's encouraged. Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
It's a
Yeah.
big part.
That's why they don't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Too busy fucking each other.
the church in general discourages homosexuality, as you've probably heard. But when it comes to monks,
Not to them.
there's a great big loophole.
It comes a certain amount of responsibility with butt fucking, and
Yeah.
only the priests can do this.
You never really see monks. You hear about them.
Yeah.
That's because they're busy.
Yeah, and that's why they wear that dress, because they're completely naked underneath.
Yeah.
For quick and easy butt fucking.
24/7 fuck fiesta. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what.
They don't wash out either, so that place just smells like shit the whole time.
Yep.
Shit and pre-cum.
Ah. Man, that was it's so hard to take right now. I don't know why, but pre-cum's really bumming me out.
Kevin, do you know more than I do about this charity that's collecting pubes?
I gently breezed the article.
Pubes for the planet.
What? What are they using it for? Like knitting?
They want to
Make a blanket out of it?
repurpose pubic hair
Yeah, for.
to not. It's not so much what they want to do with it. It's that they want pubes to stop ending up in landfills.
Oh. Does that mean don't get a haircut?
Well, that would be one possibility, right? Is you could just stop.
You could light pubes. Is that bad for the ozone layer? What the fuck am I talking about?
I think anything combustible is.
Oh.
So
if
sure.
you burn all the pubes. What's worse, burning all the pubes into the ozone or clogging up all the drains with pubes?
Well, there's the third way, guys, which
Oh.
is that.
Eat it. Pube sandwiches.
No. That's
Oh.
ridiculous, Jason.
Okay, sorry.
I'm, of course, speaking of Pube Park.
A park made of pubes.
Kinda.
A park made of pubes. What, the grass is pubes instead of grass? Or
No.
are we
No,
talking like the fucking monkey bars are straight up 100% pubes?
Yeah, the swing set has no chains. It's just locks of pubes.
Yeah, you
Rope.
actually
If you
have
braid-
hairy
if you-
palms
if-
after playing with there.
If you braid enough pubes, it's actually a very strong rope.
Right. Oh, it's a pube rope.
10 times stronger than hemp.
Pube ropes in the park. Yeah.
Yeah, most of our forefathers grew their own pubes.
Right.
But then they made it illegal.
This whole park, everything you see is made of pubes. Kids swinging off pubes. There's like a hot dog stand. The stand's made of pubes. The bathroom, you piss into a pube bowl.
Why don't these people also want our beards?
Yeah, that's what I said. The hair.
Like, you shave your face. I'd say people probably take care of their face more than they do their bush.
Agreed.
Do you think a majority of people never touch their pubes once in their life?
Yep.
America or international?
International for sure.
International for sure. What percentage of people are part of the pube trimming race.
It's a good point. You gotta be. Do you stop trimming your pubes when you're out of the fuck zone?
For sure.
You give up, right?
Yeah, when the pandemic hit and I was just like in my apartment by myself for 2 years,
Yeah.
I was like, who am I shaving my nuts for? This is a
you.
waste of time. It's a waste of time.
You were in a fucking room for 2 years by yourself.
Yeah,
I didn't get a haircut either.
dude.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're only fucking yourself. Treat
I get
yourself.
it. Nah, he's by himself, dude. He was like a lot more by himself than most people I know in the pandemic, and that can bring on a, fuck it kind of thing,
I think
Drastic change.
For me personally, it probably would have made me get more creative with my pubes than I'd ever been. I've never shaved bald, for example. I almost certainly would have under those circumstances.
Yeah. I just started growing my shit out. I'm starting to get used to it. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Everyone I know, Katie likes it, so that kind of makes it hard to want to get off, but I am starting to get used to it. But I haven't had hair on my legs for fucking 30 years. And
Dude.
now I do, and now it's like, it's long. I have like long hair on my legs. It's fucking gross. Whatever, though.
It's weird, right?
And my chest is just getting crazy.
I've had a short beard now for like 6 months. It still doesn't feel totally normal to me. I thought that was going to take like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it should.
Right. Like, it's not itchy.
Yeah.
I'm out of the itchy stage. It just doesn't, when I move, I'm like, oh yeah, there's fucking shit there. So I wouldn't expect that you would feel normal with that anytime soon.
Okay, good, because I don't.
You still trim your balls, though. Just clarifying.
Do you want him to not?
No, I do. I don't want him to have long pubes. That's gross.
I think most women, I think when guys move out of the fuck zone, most of them would stop trimming their pubes. I think women would keep doing the most basic, like just doing the outskirts.
Yeah.
I think most ladies have gotten to the point where they do not care to, I don't know what you call like the right inside of where your leg meets your crotch.
Yeah.
I don't think most ladies want to see hair there under any circumstances.
Yep.
Well, Katie, if like a plague hit and wiped out the entire population but you, would you still do maintenance? Or if it's just you and the animals, you're just like, fuck it. Who am I trying to impress?
I'd still trim it. I don't want to look down and see like hair down there.
Yeah.
Past like, the mound.
Respect.
That's how I feel. I feel like, especially the pube area. Like if it gets long, I'm like, I can't. Even if I've got pants on, I know it's like that. I'm like, dude, it's got to be. I like looking down and going, yep, that's ready to go. I don't know.
Even if it's
not saying I'm normal, so it doesn't matter what I say.
No, I think you're right though, because to me, like getting out of, I don't think my wife cares if I'm 167 pounds or 161 pounds,
Right.
as long as I don't totally let myself go. But I care because sometimes I don't want to ever look in the mirror and see that I've given up.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what it is, and that's why. Okay, if I was the last person on planet Earth and my daily survival depended on fucking catching and skinning a rabbit and then marinating it in sea salt so it had some flavor, yeah, maybe I'd give up on shaving my balls.
Yeah.
But, like, if a world where I'm the last person left, but there's still, like, tons of canned food and I can just hang out in Brad Pitt's mansion and live my life there, if I've got time to kill, I'm still shaving my balls.
Yeah, me too.
I might put the effort in until like my Manscaped dies.
So you're good for as long as one charge.
Yeah.
Scissors
I don't want to fuck with. If I get an injury, I'm not like qualified to suture it.
What's scissors got to do with that?
What if I miss and I like cut my sack?
What's the rush? Take your time. Slow hand.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as trimmed, but it would be slightly trimmed. Because if you live by yourself for years and you just let it go, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Balls are bleeders, though.
Unless I lived in the bush by myself and maybe I need more hair to protect my shit from the elements. The hairy people would do better. I feel like the sun and all that.
Yeah, it's
more
different.
hair reflects your...
Yeah.
So you don't get as much sun damage. I don't fucking know. I have been watching this fucking Survivor thing that Katie keeps watching, so I kind of...
Alone.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to just watch. It's the cool thing is how many people if you're trained, what you can do out there versus what we can do out there, it really is night and day.
Oh yeah.
You know, like somebody that's trained in the arts of making fires and surviving and hunting and, you know, like versus us, we're dead in a day, dude. You know, like 2 days, we're fucked.
That's everything. Like there's something about, I don't know if it's the way men think or people think or Hollywood movies or something, where you see Rocky and you think, yeah, if I got in a fight, who knows, you know, puncher's chance.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't understand. You go to the boxing gym and square off against somebody who's the same size as you, who's been boxing for a year. And that man will systematically destroy you.
Let alone 10, 15 years.
And now go further and further and further up the chain.
Which is like us in the bush. Like
Exactly.
I grew up in the bush. I camped my whole life. But my dad never left me in the fucking bush by myself to survive. I did hang out with a couple of sketchy Czechoslovakian dudes that taught me how to get water, to find water. But it's also depending on where you're stuck. Because if I'm stuck out there, I know where the water is, but that's a different jungle. Like there's everywhere else you go, if you're lost in the woods, maybe they don't have water there. Maybe there's no fish. You know, how do you fucking catch a fish with nothing? Can't make a fishing rod. These motherfuckers. This guy made a fishing rod, Kevin, with a fucking reel on it, like a winding thing that he fucking carved out of wood that fit into another piece of tree that he fucking carved. By himself, a fucking pocket knife, made a fucking fishing rod.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then these nets, a lot of them make this weird net out of trees. They bind a bunch of trees and make like a cone with like a little hole in the end of it and put the bait in there and the fish go in and get stuck and they come and get it out later. Like shit like that where I just know it. I saw the video. If I made that fucking thing, they wouldn't fucking catch anything.
And then there's people who noodle.
Huh?
Noodling is fishing with your bare hands.
Oh, I have heard of that.
How do you do that?
I think
That's the way to go.
one of the methods is because I think
Got
I
a
heard
hand.
Richard Christie talking about this
Yeah.
to like catch certain catfish. I think he was saying you just take your fist, put it in the water, and put it
those
like, in
guys.
holes,
Yeah.
and then they bite your hand and you pull them out.
But that's a fish. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're lost in the woods and then you go to a stream and those are there, you're fucking set.
Assuming you know how to do that. I don't think, because remember we saw a video of, I think a girl was teaching another girl how to do it, and the one girl was very skillful
Yeah.
and pretty cute if she was 18. And if she wasn't, then I can't see her like that.
Yeah.
But her friend that she was showing like couldn't get it. So it's not as just simple as just go fucking punch the ocean and you come up with salmon sticking off of it.
I would agree to that. Yeah.
There's actually a news story around noodling. These two guys in Oklahoma went out to just do some bro noodling.
Yeah. Fucking alligator got him.
No.
Oh.
Things took a turn for the murderous.
Fish pulled him in.
No. One of the guys killed the other guy.
That's how that happens. Yeah.
Strangled him.
While he was like getting a fish pulled out.
They had some sort of disagreement, the nature of which is not clear to me. Meth was definitely involved.
That'll do it.
But upon either being caught or confessing to the crime, the dude said that he did it because the deceased had summoned Bigfoot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like he started doing a call for like...
Meth is 100% responsible for this.
Yeah. The guy who's dead was just like, I don't need to take the shit. I'll get Bigfoot to fuck you up.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like,
to be triggered...
The guy's like, oh shit, Bigfoot's going to come. I got to kill him before he successfully summons Bigfoot.
To be triggered by a man who's calling Bigfoot to get you, that's meth.
Worst noodling ever.
Weird to do meth and go fishing, right?
Smoking
Yeah.
dippies at least.
I just, like, you did meth and it's like, let's go fish. I'd be like, no, I do not want to go.
I think they...
Can I just strangle you here and then we call it a day?
Can we just not leave the trailer
Yeah.
park? Yeah,
Fuck.
I guess they just went off for a few days to just
To-
wild out.
yeah.
And who, I'll bring the bush, you bring the meth.
Yeah,
Who's got the embalming fluid?
right. Yeah, it's a fun picnic.
Yeah, that's how you get down in Ada, Oklahoma.
I showed you, I think on Awesome World, I showed that they found a giant skull.
Primate skull.
Yep, primate skull.
Is this like the person that they found that's 100 million years
Nah.
older than the last person they found?
Nah, that's another one. Where they found the acupuncture marks on him.
No.
So it showed that he did acupuncture like 3,000 years ago.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, he had tattoos on all the acupuncture points. So they could tell that he'd done acupuncture in the past. He was
So
an older man.
They found a guy who had skin?
Yeah,
Oh.
because he was frozen, like that woolly mammoth they found the other day.
That's the only good thing about the world getting warmer is the permafrost is melting.
Yeah.
And there's that woolly mammoths and shit. There's shit that was just frozen. That
Imagine
was,
if it gets down a little lower and you start finding aliens. It's like they were here before us, you dumbass.
Yeah.
You know, because there's going to be a skull.
Yeah.
Something's going to not add up.
that's that Chris Pratt movie.
And
What?
also The Thing.
He's a fucking turd. Did you see him on the UFC fucking talking shit on Izzy?
It's possible he's a turd. What did he say about Izzy?
He's a fucking moron. Just saying like the guy's a terrible fighter, and I'm like, what, dude?
Really?
Don't do that. Yeah, at the like press conference, and then all of a sudden, Chris Pratt's on the fucking mic talking about Izzy's a boring fighter, and I'm not really into all that pitter patter stuff. And I'm like, pitter patter is the word you're using on the UFC. You're talking to the UFC. And you're telling everybody that you didn't like it, and you wanted the other guy to win because he's American. I'm like, dude, you're a suspect. He's a suspect guy. He seemed like he was talking with like he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, he is. I mean, not to defend his opinion, Chris Pratt has been to a million UFC fights. He is.
Yeah, you know, he used to swing off Bellator beforehand. He's moved up to the UFC because he used to wrestle in college.
Yeah, he's not a guy who got into it a week ago.
But he really doesn't know because I mean, he proved it by that statement. I feel like maybe he had a couple beers and they asked him and he was just like, you know, he was already talking to these other guys that we're talking about because people are trying to talk shit on on Izzy for not engaging, you know, just landing and scoring points and staying away.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can do that, that's what you do. What are you fucking talking about? Like, hit him. If you can hit him, you can't. So he must be doing something right. But he fucked up, I feel like. And then Izzy called him out, and then he apologized to Izzy, but it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, you're on TV like, I reckon pitter-patter. I'm like, dude, you're a movie star, you know? Like, you're not an athlete,
Yeah.
and you just kind of shit on the greatest fighter in the world for being, you know, he didn't knock the guy out. It's like, shut up, basic. Which would be fine if we're eating nachos watching the fight, but you're on the UFC.
Yeah.
Your professional analysis is, I don't know what I'm talking about, but here's a fully here's my my thoughts with conviction.
I
He
just
kind
saw
of
him
got
in-
laughed at.
I just saw him in a movie where he had explosive diarrhea in a romantic scenario.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What movie was that?
What was that movie 43? Is that what those?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that. They tricked so many famous people into that movie.
Every famous person was in it, and like Hugh Jackman has testicles hanging off of his chin, and he's
I saw
he's
that.
on a date with Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Chris Pratt was at the time married to Anna Faris, who, like, you'd know her if you saw her. House Bunny. I don't know,
Scary movie.
Yeah, you know her if you saw her. And she says that she wants him to poop on her in a sexual manner, and it just goes awry because he just, like, eats a bunch of, like, microwave burritos and laxatives and stuff, and then things go wrong, so she runs away out to the street, and he chases after her and gets hit by a car, and instead the shit just explodes all over the windshield.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
So he's not that bad.
Yeah, I just hope he's not getting a little too big for his britches.
Yeah, he sounded like.
Because I like him. Guardians of the Galaxy, like it.
I blame beer.
Pooping on a windshield, like it.
Yeah.
These Amazon shits you're doing now, talking shit about Izzy, know your role, Chris
It's not,
Pratt.
yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Know you roll.
Yeah.
Well said, Michael. Know your fucking role. Shut up, idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's a weird thing because now I'm like, I like Jurassic Park, but if he's in another one, I'm gonna watch it. I can't say it.
Easy.
It's just the best background movie you
Easy.
can get. There's nothing better. Every now and then you look up, dinosaur eats somebody, and you're like, yeah, go back on TikTok or whatever. Like, it's cool.
I'm just so tired of. By the end of this most recent one, it really was just like, we don't really need to worry about any dinosaur as long as Chris Pratt can go easy, easy. Like, oh shit, it's a fucking stampede of Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's a matter of trust, you see.
I know. You got to alpha them.
Yeah.
I'm the alpha.
Yeah.
Look at my mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the alpha of dinosaurs.
Yes, he's the alpha of dinosaurs.
That makes sense.
Look, I don't want to brag. I'm
Yeah.
an alpha.
I'm the man's man.
I'm an
of men's
alpha
men.
of
That's why
dinosaurs.
I don't like little slappy punches, you know?
Yeah.
I like knockout blows, just like when I knock out dinosaurs because I'm the alpha.
I've got a vest on. I've got a mustache.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs respect me.
Yeah, I mean, nothing personal, but fuck that guy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's been a great show. It's been great to be here.
If only we could do hours and hours more of this every week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if only there was a way. What about if we made a paid-for website where people went to, like, patreon.com/EllisMate and then got 2 more live shows a week and then 2 more live shows where I do by myself a week?
If only.
We should work on doing that.
I believe in this.
Yeah. We should do an event where we do, like, comedy boxing, too. And, like, bands playing and comedy. I would call it Ellis Mania.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I'd sell tickets on Ticketmaster because they're the master of selling all tickets.
I have nothing but good things to say about Ticketmaster.
Yep.
I think
You
we
can probably
all-
go and check that
We
out.
can all agree on that.
Yes, we can. All right, everybody. I feel like we've filled you in on all the news. Have a good day. See you next week. Love you, dickheads. Be good to each other. Don't die.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.